Let's talk a little bit about this long neck that they popularize among models, and also the celebrities of Hollywood have extremely long necks, and their models have extremely long necks. And this reminds me of the gray vrils. So there are three types of vrils, and the third one is the gray reptilians that have extremely long necks. And they are like 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, up to 10 foot tall. And they have extremely long arms. And those features you will see in a lot of the clones that they make, which are the mainstream celebrities. That's Charlize Theron, looking very masculine here. Extremely tall person, made in the image of a gray, tall reptilian, Vril type 3. So they have this very specific type of look going: blonde hair, white shoulders, long legs. Look how far apart the legs are. Look how long the hands are. So these are the very long, crazy people that are being promoted and sold to the general public as the standard of beauty. But this is a male. And these are not feminine features. They're not sexy. They're not desirable. This is just a sick mind of some lab creator that is forcing their standards and their system and their opinion of what a woman should be, and using their position of power and labeling these people sexy, hot, beautiful, the most beautiful woman in the world, the sexiest woman in the world. Because they own all the media, magazines, and newspapers, they can write those things and create whatever they want and call them sexy, hot. But this is a demonic standard. Vril type 3 reptilian. So it is basically a demonic design. And this is being pushed onto the human race. So that's a very unflattering pose for a human being. This is like what the demons do, how they behave and act. Look at how long the legs are. They basically look like spider legs, and feels like it does not belong to a human being, let alone a female, and it's just too disproportionate to the body, the way it sits. It looks like a demon, more like a demon, less like a human being. So this is your gray reptilian, Vril type 3, 10 foot tall gray image, shorter than a man, because that's a female, this is a male. So they're flipping everything and reversing everything and normalizing this stuff. And then you have this long neck reaching all the way to the shorter husband, wife, female, male. That is your reptilian Vril type 3's long gray neck. They are made in the image of that. That is not human, it is not sexy, but they are sold as the hottest, best, and the sexiest. It is their image and their design and not part of our human world. See how crazy she looks with a thick neck, big head, and a shorter man, taller woman, reversing gender. That's another gender flipped couple, male, female. FTM, female to male. MTF, male to female. See how Tom Cruise stands like a female. Gender reverse couple, short female, tall male. Male to female, female to male. Tom Cruise wearing pink. Katie wearing blue, pink and blue trans couple. Short, tall. Another gender flipped couple. Female to male, male to female. Tall, short. Look how big Bella's head is. Always doing the reverse. Female, male. Gender reversed. Gender reversed couple. What is that? Another tall, short couple. Gray reptilian bird type 3 image. Long neck, extremely tall. More Vril type 3 images. Huge head, massive neck, taller than the man, which is a woman. That's a man. That's the look they go for, the Vrils. Like tall, white, pale skin, blonde hair. They bleach their hair. And that's what they're like. And that's what they're pushing into. That's what they're pushing on the masses. So even if you don't have natural blonde hair, you have to go to the salon, pay $200 to get that hair, to burn your hair, and to look like a transgender person. Just very twisted. They have really put themselves in a very high authority when it comes to dictating what the human race should look like. And this has been put up on a pedestal. But this person is extremely ugly. It looks very demonic. Without the makeup and all the black magic stuff that they do with their witchcraft makeup, this person's extremely ugly. But they can transform anyone and make them into a decent looking person, I guess. And they clean them up quite good. But when they go home, they're basically uglier than wet dogs. But that's what they're pushing onto humanity. So that's the same couple. And look at how manly he looks. Look how big the head is, bigger than the man's head. So that's what they're pushing onto humanity. Look like this, otherwise they're not beautiful. Look like these ugly 10-foot tall reptiles that live underground and cannot surface. Humanity will scream and run from them. That's what they're promoting. That's another pale blonde hair, huge eye, ugly cross-eyed, gray reptilian image actress model that they are selling to us. Eyes have to be a bit closer. That's too far apart. That's like her eyes are close to her ears. Is too far. Like this side faces east, this side faces north, and there's just a nose and like buck teeth in the middle. So what is this look called? Look at that. That's what they're doing in the labs. That's what they're experimenting with. Lots of surgery, lots of editing, giving them huge masculine jaws, and then giving them tiny chins to feminize them. Look how far apart the eyes are, south and north. So that's a typical masculine feature, to have eyes really far apart. So that's that actress Anna. I don't know her full name. How masculine he looks. Look at how fat and thick the neck is. Huge head and totally disproportionate body. So they give him this huge necks like this, and you'll see them hide their necks like this. They wear a lot of jewelry. They put their hair down to skinify their neck. They wear dresses like this, scarves. You'll see a lot of that with female celebrities that have huge necks because they're actually males. That's these people after they've been drowned by a 2-foot lizard. It's like, that's my true image. I've been drowned by a 2-foot lizard. Now I feel like I want to be a very tall human being because I was this tiny before. So that's your Vril type 1 lizard, and that goes into these people. And this becomes that. These are the 3 wives or the 3 girlfriends of Hugh Hefner, the Playboy Mansion's owner. Look how they're wearing pink and blue. So they're all trans. And he has like 3 women in his house at the same time. So those are the same Playboy Mansion Hugh Hefner's wives or girlfriends. Pink and blue, pink and green. All trans. That's trans Rihanna with pink and blue. Huge Vril type 3 reptilian forehead. So they cover their big heads deformities with these fringes and these headscarves because the way they have been created. Rihanna's head is huge and she has a huge neck, but it's a man. Rihanna looking extremely butch here. Look how fat the neck is. That's a tree trunk of a man. He should have joined the military. You can see the Adam's apple of this girl here, Megan Fox. Someone in the background's wearing red and blue for her. That's Victoria Beckham in pink and blue trans colors. Huge neck, huge head, extremely bony upper body, very muscular, very alien spidery arms. That's Victoria Beckham. Look how big the head is, and they cover their neck with these high neck sweaters. See, sometimes they cover their legs if it looks masculine. It has a bow there, like a curve. They use like socks, boots to cover that. Look how crazy the legs are, because that's a man's leg. It just drops straight like that. It doesn't meet like a woman's curvy legs. It's just like skeletal boom boom. So scary. That's a demon. Look at those crazy lizard people. They have no shame. They just tuck their penis and pretend to be a female, but that's a man with a huge head, giant neck, covering it with this collar and the hair, bleached hair. When models do poses like this, it also indicates that they are Vril drowned by Vril type 2s because they displayed these crab legs, because this person shares a consciousness with a Vril type 1 and the human consciousness. So the human memory of the old person is apparently all mixed. And now the lizard consciousness has the memory of this person, but the lizard wants to be themselves. So they will do this in the human body. Big head model that has been built around. So you'll see this crab leg. I've seen it a few times that they do this. They're not doing it because they're humans. They're doing it because they're lizards. Where shall we go together with our crab legs? Pink and blue transgender colors, very deadly legs, male legs, strong hard knees, straight, no hip, nothing, just a flat man body. Transgenders, Vril Consciousness. Genderless, Vril Reptilian Humans. That's your sexy hot crab. Crab legs. As above, so below, Baphomet hand sign. The as above, so below Baphomet phrase, as above, so below, is actually written in the Hebrew scriptures in the book of Ascension of Isaiah. And that phrase is not originally a satanic phrase, as above, so below. It is actually found in the Hebrew scriptures. But it has been stolen by the Freemasons, and they obsessively do this as above, so below, like they do obsessively do their colors and all the other poses. So when they use this leopard, you'll see it very popular in Hollywood and in mainstream decoration and art, this leopard print, and you'll see this red, and it's actually the Whore of Babylon that wears that red scarlet clothing and sits on a beast that has a body of a leopard. So that's what this is depicting, the Whore of Babylon sitting on the body of leopard. So this combination of the woman in scarlet that sits on the leopard. So this art expression comes from the Whore of Babylon, Book of Revelation. Woman wearing a scarlet clothing, riding a beast that looks like a leopard. Whore of Babylon, Book of Revelations. More of the Whore of Babylon symbology with the beast, leopard. Crabbies, crab hands, look. Crabbies, crab legs, crab hands, crab pose. More crab legs by crab vril people. Crab leg people. Crab people. I think that's what they are called in their art form. There are lots of songs about crab people. This is like a crazy crab person. I am a crazy drowned crab. Reptilian consciousness. More crab legs. Crab hands. I can't help be a crab, though I have gained a human body and human mind and human memories of someone. It's very uncomfortable for crab people to wear shoes, and this is my true form and my true nature. Twisted crab legs. More crab poses. Easy to walk this way. I run faster when I walk in this in my crab leg position. I feel totally free by being a crab that I am. Happy being a crab with my crab hands and my crab legs. Vril type 1. Crab is a slang for Vril type 1 lizard that overrides this human consciousness and takes over the body. And the human is no longer human consciousness, but a reptilian consciousness. But the reptilian in there has the memory of the human being. So they are both reptilian and human. So they can be very human-like and display human intelligence and human emotions, but they are actually reptilian consciousness. And they will always display those reptilian behaviors, such as this.